Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Rebel Shadow. I am doing the live experience of Diamond Reads Reloaded, and I am here to be providing some quality entertainment for you people. Um, what I'm doing right now is that I will be reading some horror stories, creepypastas, all that shit, just like how I do on the standard Diamond Reads Reloaded series. So, no, I am not sick. I'm actually feeling quite healthy, especially since I got the flu shot the other day. The reason why I sound like this is because it's part of the character. It's trying to fit the aesthetic. Um, that's kind of what I want. That's kind of what I want to do. And the bass, that was the whole point. It's actually a good thing that that the bass is going, you know, because like when people start to listen to this kind of things, people are eventually gonna start falling asleep when they to me telling these stories and shit. Like when I start reading the stories for people's entertainment pleasure. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so yeah, I'm not gonna destroy my vocal cords. So what I'm doing is like, yeah. So far, Cutie, Merritt, and Seth have made it to the chat. Mm. So far, Seth sent me a few requests, which I will take a look at later in tonight's broadcast. But I want to see what I can find. I will be taking a look at some good material that I will actually be looking at on Diamond Reads Reloaded. Uh, so far in episode 4, I will be doing a collab with the Random Fiend. So that's something new about the Diamond Reads Reloaded series. Well, stay tuned for episode 4 because episode 3 flopped really fucking hard. Uh, yeah. So episode 3, when I premiered episode 3 on Christmas Day, it didn't get as much attention as I hoped it would. It didn't get much attention or ratings like it did with my first episode and my second episode. So for my second and third episode actually got enough attention. So yeah. So yeah, Zeronex is in the chat as well. He sent me a request. I'll be taking a look at that too. It says you sound like NPR. Um who the fuck is NPR? I have not at all heard of NPR. Uh yeah, Mama Max. I have not at all heard of Mama Max. Hell, it's a radio station. It's like news, but not. I gotta take a look at that. NPR. What is it like? It's like the only thing I'm seeing from NPR is like fucking Minnesota Public Radio. I'm not exactly what NPR is. Like what the fuck is it? Uh, it's like if it's a radio station, I'm not exactly sure like what it is because I have not at all heard of it. Mm. Like monotone reading of like current events going on. Yeah. Computer whiz kid, welcome. So I am like going live just for the hell of it because I'll be reading some stories here. Uh, oh boy. So I did make a promise to Seth that I would be taking a look at this. Normally I don't like reading troll pastas anymore, but in this case I'll make an exception since this is not an episode of Diamond Reads Real, but rather a live stream where I'm just reading creepy pastas and shit. So let's see how I do. Wait, what the fuck happened? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Something's not right. Uh okay, there we go. There we go. Now I'm trying okay, out first in there I was trying to read the is Seth Bayona's Home Alone 2 Lost in Japan pasta, it was not fucking working. Like the internet was not working. I don't know why, but yeah. I'm gonna take a look at this one first, and let's see what happens here. Uh, okay, Home Alone 2 Lost in Japan. That's our first one for tonight. Credit to Seth Bayona for the original story. Okay. It says, "Hello, my name is Seth the Incubus. I live in a mansion with my wife Bowsette. I own a massive video game collection along with a massive collection of modded and jailbroken Xbox, PlayStation, and other consoles. I have a story I wanted to talk about. Bowsette and I took a trip to Japan because we wanted to see and learn about Japan's cultural differences. When we were there, I found a movie and DVD shop that was located in a mall in Tokyo. When we entered the movie and DVD shop, there were a lot of people in the store. One of the people that was in the DVD shop, the DVD and movie store, was Charlie Brown and the Asian businessman from It's Your First Kiss, Charlie Brown Troll Pasta. Oh boy, I think I can pretty much see where this is going. Hmm. Home Alone Lost in the Sewers. Okay, I'm gonna put the link to the original story in the chat so you guys could take a look. Uh, I'm gonna finish reading this, and yeah, here's the original story. Now, where was I? Mm. Balzette and I noticed that Balzette and I noticed that both Charlie Brown and the Asian businessman were talking about something. We then went up to them and asked, "What is going on?" Charlie Brown and the Asian businessman then said to us that they came here on a business trip to Japan. They wanted to visit Jin's family and talk to them about what was found in the DNA test. Jin is in them. He says, Jin is an Asian businessman's name, by the way. They got a lead about Jin's grandfather, who is a very bad person. A very bad person. His name is Heihachi Mishima. Oh boy, I think I already know where this is from. So basically, you included a character from Tekken. All right, so I'm glad that we got. I'm glad that we have a member of the gaming community here because that is fucking awesome. Anyone who actually enjoys Tekken or Dead or Alive instantly earns my respect. Okay. Yeah. His name is Heihachi Mishima. Jin said to us that he and Charlie Brown had to go talk to Heihachi about the DNA test. DNA test. You are not the father. Okay. Enough jokes. Let's get back to the work. Jin and Charlie Brown then left with Jin turning into his devil form named Devil Jin, and Charlie then rode on his back in their quest to find Heihachi. After Jin and Charlie Brown left, we then went up to the DVD and movie selection. And what we saw caught our eye immediately. There was a Home Alone 2 Lost in Japan movie for sale. Was this a rough cut? Bowsette and I then picked it up and we went up to the register. The cashier was none other than Akira Fudo from the anime series Devilman, the 1972 version of Devilman, and beside him was his uncle Tom Selleck, who ironically looks like Akira's uncle from the actual Devilman 1972 series. Tom Selleck was dressed the same as the uncle from Devilman. We then said to Akira and Tom Selleck that we wanted to buy the Home Alone 2 Lost in Japan DVD, which has a pretty interesting backstory behind its production. Akira and Tom Selleck revealed that a bootleg Japanese movie called named Yakuzu Entertainment produced unlicensed parodies of movies that were made overseas. The Home Alone 2 Lost in Japan copy that I had in my hand was one of the only copies distributed on their now dead and defunct website, which is no longer accessible due to multiple copyright lawsuits by American media companies. Oh no. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I'm sorry. I did not mean, I had to break character for a second. Like, uh, sorry, I got something stuck in my fucking throat. Jesus Christ. I actually had to fucking read that. Just okay. Down in the chat, Merritt says it best. He says, and I quote, sounds like any given Lost episodes creepypasta that starts at Goodwill. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's a common trope. It's a pretty common trope at this point. But the only bootleg, but the only, what the fuck is this? The only way to find copies of their unlicensed movies is on shady pirating sites. Shady pirating sites, of course, like literally everywhere you go, there's no escape. We then asked Akira and Tom Selleck how much the movie was. Both Tom Selleck and Akira said it was $5.99. We then paid for the movie and we thanked Akira and his uncle Tom Selleck for telling us about the movie and how it was made. Bowsette and I went back to our hotel room in Tokyo, which we rented for a couple of days. We then decided to watch Home Alone 2 Lost in Japan for the first time. The opening scene started with the family getting ready to go to Japan. But the odd thing is, Kevin's mom and dad were two characters who I recognized immediately. Um, Kevin's dad was Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Kevin's mom was Shura from Soul Calibur 4. God damn, that was one of the worst Soul Calibur games, in my honest opinion. I've never even played it, but like I've been seeing the gameplay itself, and I had to take the time to study the game, the gameplay, and the graphics and the reviews and everything. And my God, it just sucks compared to most of them. Both Scorpion and Shura called everyone downstairs to get ready to go to the trip to Japan. His brother was John Wick. His sister was Felicia from Darkstalkers. His younger brother was Doom Guy, and his uncle was the Dragonborn from the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Oh boy, when when Kevin got downstairs, it wasn't Kevin at all. It was someone Bowser. It was like someone Bowser, and I didn't even expect. It was Nick from Left 4 Dead 2. After that, the second scene played. The second scene was Shura, Scorpion, and the rest of the quote unquote family rushing to get on the airplane to Japan. Meanwhile, Nick from Left 4 Dead was way behind his quote unquote family. He struggled to catch up to them, or what was supposed to be them. Nick then rushed into the airplane and jumped into the first seat he found. The person that sat right next to Nick was the Punisher from Marvel Comics. The Punisher then noticed Nick and said, "What are you doing on this plane? This is a private plane to Tokyo, Japan." Nick then realized that his quote unquote family were going to a town in Japan, but it wasn't Tokyo at all. Nick went on the wrong plane. Nick then remembered that his quote unquote family was going to a family gathering in Osaka, Japan. Nick had to find his way home before Nick's family got worried. And before the plane takes off with Nick's inside, Shura, Scorpion, John Wick, and the rest of the family do a head count on the family members. They all said, "Give this to Nick 6 times," and then the Dragonborn said, "Here you go, Nick." Shura screamed in shock, "Nick!" Yeah, okay. I have to break character. I have to break character here, cause like, okay, what the fuck, what the fuck am I reading? Like, okay, what the fuck, like, what the fuck am I reading here? Okay, uh, what? Shura screamed in shock, "Nick!" Shura then fainted on the airport floor. What the fuck? While the family, including Asagi Igawa and Sakura Igawa in the background looking on in shock. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. It then cut to Nick getting off the plane. eh, Getting off the plane. Nick walked over to a building that was dimly lit, but he didn't enter because he feared that something bad might happen. Then he saw a dark alleyway. He saw what appeared to be a woman with violet hair, medium sized breasts, and purple eye. What the fuck? Medium sized breast. Why are we talking about the size of a woman's breasts? That just makes it a lot funnier. I'm trying to not break character. Like, what the fuck? Serato has entered the chat. Welcome. So yeah. Uh, bro, I am trying to not break character here because I'm trying to stay in character. But when the moment when you have shit like this, the moment when you have shit like this, and I'm trying to fucking read it, I can't. I can't stay in character much longer because every time I do, it's just not gonna fucking work. Okay. Try not to simp as well. Daphne, what's up? So right now I'm doing multiple things. Right now I'm reading creepypastas and a few troll pastas that were requested to me. So I want to see how far. I just want to see what I can. I just want to see how I can keep people entertained with my voice right now, and don't even fucking know what to say. Mm, mm. Yeah, it's Oboro. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. As it turns out, it was Oboro from the Asagi hentai series. I mean, I don't even watch hentai. I never have and I never will, but motherfucker, the characters are really attractive. Jesus. She went up to Nick and said, "Hey, who are you and what are you doing here? I would love to have a good time with you." Nick then got pissed off at Obro and he said in an angry tone to her, "Scrawny little bitch, I'm gonna kill." Obro then got mad at what Nick said and, and she charged at Nick in a violent and sadistic manner. Oh boy. Nick ran the fastest in his life, and then it cut to a 15-minute chase involving Obro from the Asagi hentai series. Oh boy, I know exactly what I think. I know exactly what's going to be happening here. I know exactly what's happening here. All right, get ready. So like every time there's a fucking chase scene, I keep having to play this shit. I don't even know why, but every time I read stories that involve a fucking chase scene, it's always gonna be this. I'm sorry, I couldn't fucking resist. Okay. Nick ran the fastest in his life, and then it cut to a 15-minute chase scene involving Obro from the Asagi hentai series. He then yelled at her and said, "Suck on this!" while pointing to his crotch. Oh my fucking god, bro. Obro then chased after Nick through parking lots, dark alleyways, malls, and hell, even a fucking Japanese strip club. My god, what am I reading? Okay. Obro even bumped into Honoka from Dead or Alive 5 last round. Honoko then said to Obro, "Hey, watch it, woman." When Nick went into the strip club, Obro chased after Nick, but Nick had the perfect plan. Nick grabbed the person's drink and spilled it on the floor. Obro then slipped on the spilled drink. Obro went 360 degrees into the air and fell on her face with her ass poking out. Oh boy. Uh-oh. This this is the part where shit gets wild, okay? This is the part where shit gets wild. Let me take a look at this. Uh oh boy. So the Forgotten Spider-Man. Is this it? I think you showed this to me a while ago. I don't even fucking know. Um oh boy. This is something I need to see. Oh boy. Fuck. Suddenly, Glenn Quagmire from Family Guy entered the scene and he took pictures of Obro's ass. He said, giggity giggity goo. I'm glad I got to take pictures of you. Mm, bro. Who else but Quagmire? Who else but Quagmire? Of course. Like, my God. Like, is that he would do something like that because honestly, he's fucking Quagmire. So when he saw her ass, when he saw her ass, he knew exactly what he was doing. My God. Of course, Quagmire would do that. Jesus.
else but Quagmire. Giggity, 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 let's have sex.
Okay. After Quagmire took pictures of Oberon's ass, Nick escaped Oberon's wrath. Nick then saw Oberon coming out of the strip club completely wet from the spilled drink that Nick poured onto the floor to distract her. He then ran into a love hotel. For some reason, he saw two couples in the hotel. It was none other than Haiti from the Steam game from the same name and Moby from Brain Pop holding hands together. The other couple was the Dark Author and an aged up Koniko from the fan service anime High School DxD. Son of a bitch. My balls. I can't stay in character for 1 fucking second while reading this. I'm sorry. Like I absolutely cannot stay in character for 1 fucking second here, like while reading this. Like Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck you, asshole. Nick then hid in the Love Hotel in fear of Obero spotting him. Suddenly, Nick felt something or someone touch his shoulder. The person was none other than the Punisher from Marvel Comics. The Punisher said to Nick that if he is an FBI agent or vigilante, he wanted to know what Nick was doing there. The Punisher had witnessed Nick from Left 4 Dead on the plane in Tokyo, Japan. He knew something was wrong because he was all alone without his family. Nowhere in sight. The Punisher then asked Nick if he ever had an encounter with a woman with violet hair, medium-sized breasts, and purple eyes named Obero. The Punisher revealed that Obero is a highly dangerous criminal. Her male victims claim to have been, sexually harmed by Obero. One of those victims was the boyfriend of a woman by the name of Asagi Igawa. Asagi is a highly trained female ninja with some sort of demonic powers inside her. When all this information was revealed to Nick, he wasn't very surprised. He revealed to the Punisher that Obero tried to lure him to a dark alleyway. Luckily, he got away. Obero kept chasing Nick throughout the streets of Tokyo. Oh boy. Oh, there we go. Fuck. Bro. Oh yeah. Oh my fucking god. Hold on. Where the fuck did I? Damn it! Damn it! He revealed to the Punisher that Obero tried to lure him to a dark alleyway. Luckily, he got away. Obero kept chasing Nick throughout the streets of Tokyo. Suddenly, Obero burst in the door with an evil and sadistic smirk on her face. Obero said to both Nick and the Punisher, "Now, which one will I attack first?" Obero then giggled and said, "Oh, I think it's the one in the white suit that's worth $3,000. This is going to be very fun." Obero then charged at Nick and the Punisher with full force. Fuck. The Punisher and Nick fought her endlessly with gun fu. What the fuck is gun fu? Is it like kung fu but with like combat with guns? Like what? I've never heard of that. What the hell? Fist fighting and even a long screaming match between Obero and Nick and the Punisher. Luckily, Obero got killed with Nick's katana that he found in one of the stories that Obero chased Nick into. Nick then yelled when he decapitated Obero, "Ninja Nick said that'll teach you." The Punisher then shook hands and congratulated Nick for his good deed. When Nick and the Punisher left the Love Hotel, it cuts back to Dark Arthur and Koniko in one of the rooms of the Love Hotel. The Dark Arthur then turned on the TV. What he saw on the screen disturbed him. He saw a tentacle hentai on the screen. What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? Dark Author skin disgusting. What the fuck? Why is there tentacle hentai on my screen? This is disgusting. Oh, jeez. Oh boy. I don't even fucking know. Wait, gun fu is a thing? Are you serious? It's a reference to Fallout 4. Oh shit. Well, fuck me in the ass sideways. God damn. Son of a bitch. God damn son of a bitch. Yeah. He then threw a beer bottle with his character logo from his YouTube channel on the screen. The beer bottle then cracked the screen, flew out the window, and it landed in a trash compactor that was outside the Love Hotel. The beer bottle got crushed in the trash compactor. Dark Author then left the Love Hotel with Kaneko in anger. I don't get it. I don't get it. There is so much to unpack here. There's like way too much for me to unpack here. So here we go. After that weird seed played it, and then it showed Scorpion, Shura, John Wick, Doom Guy, Felicia, and the Dragonborn praying at the family gathering in Osaka, Japan, for Nick to return home safely. Suddenly, a car pulled up with a skull on its rim. The people who came out of the car were the Punisher and Nick. The Punisher then knocked on the family gathering house that was owned by Nick and his family. Shura from Soul Calibur then greeted the Punisher with open arms. Shura said to the Punisher, "Hello there. What's your name and what are you doing here in our time of need?" The Punisher said in response, "Hello, ma'am. My name is Frank Castle. I'm more well known as the Punisher. I'm an FBI agent / vigilante who cleans the streets of horrible people, criminals, and corrupt politicians, among others. I believe this is your son, right?" The Punisher then let Nick out of the car with a skull on it. The Punisher then brought Nick over to Shura. Shura and the rest of Nick's family noticed that Nick is back with the family and that he helped find Nick. Then everyone, including Shura, asked the Punisher how he found Nick. The Punisher explained the whole situation and story from beginning to end. Needless to say, everyone, including Shura, was shocked but happy that Nick came home safely. Everyone then thanked the Punisher for his kind act. The Punisher then handed Shura a card that had a phone number where Shura could call the Punisher if they needed anything. The Punisher travels everywhere and anywhere. The whole family gave him hugs. The family, including Nick, left the family gathering in Osaka, Japan. The Dragonborn then called his faithful dragon companion named Parthernax. The fuck? Parthernax then shouted a dragon yell that put a spell on the family gathering home so it couldn't be destroyed or burnt down. This yell was very unfamiliar to any Elder Scrolls fan, not even the developers. Modders on the Skyrim Nexus can make it real, right? I don't know. Shura and Nick and the rest of the family went back to the airport where people were waiting for them. That included Dark Author, Koneko, Haiti, Mobi, Asagi, Igawa, Asagi Igawa, Sakura Igawa, Honoka, Glenn Quagmire, and hell, even Evil Rose and Reiko Hinamoto from the Rumble Roses series showed up as well. God damn, there are so many Japanese franchise references in here. I've lost count. Shura, Nick, and the rest of the family then invited everyone to a Christmas dinner, including Christmas carols, a Christmas feast and party, and even Christmas gifts and movies that they can all watch. Everyone agreed that they would come to the Christmas party. 2 weeks later, as the time lapse played on Christmas Day, Nick, Shura, Scorpion, John Wick, Doom Guy, the Dragonborn, Dark Author, Kaneko, Haiti, Moby, Asagi Igawa, Sakura Igawa, Honoka, Glenn, Quagmire, Evil Rose, and Reiko Hinamoto opened their gifts. There are so many characters, all in that order.
Stroke of my, lick of my, suck of my cock. It's the first time for you. So here's what you do. Unzip me and strip me and show me you care. Don't go ripping out my pubic hair.
Okay.
Reach for my, grab for my,
Shura
pull
got
at
two
my
new
cock.
samurai swords to replace her old swords from
Just
2008.
get on your knees.
Scorpion got a new spear and ninjutsu weapons to replace his outdated 1992 weapons. John Wick got another beagle, which he named his beagle Daisy. His dog died tragically years ago in 2014. Okay, let me see what I'm missing in the chat.
If you give me head, there's no need to spread. By now you should
Now this is my type of Christmas music. I agree. So yeah, let's thank God we got Google in the chat now. Says it's a reference to the fact that Dark Author hates that type of head tie, which he told you is true, and he really liked that specific part of the story. Oh, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay.
You make my dick swell as I moan and yell.
Oh boy,
Give a warning when I scream.
you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Although your throat is sore, you'll have to open more to gasp your last breath before I shoot my cream. Slurp it up, lick it up, don't ever stop.
Oh boy.
Swallow every last drop.
Doom Guy got the newest Animal Crossing game so he could play with Isabel via Zoom. Felicia got a ball of yarn that she can play with. The Dragonborn got a smartphone with phone numbers and a contact list of the Dragonborn's wife, Serana, his friends, his closest allies, automatically sign onto it. Dark Author got some anime figures of the high school DxD cast. Kaneko got a smartphone to call her husband Dark Author on if she needed help with anything. That reminds me, very soon I am actually considering moving the upcoming Deathmatch DxD event from February to somewhere in March or in April, because around that time that's when I plan on returning from my break. So yeah. Haiti got a level 100 laser gun perk to improve her gun skills. Moby got an ugly Christmas sweater with Tim Haiti and himself on the ugly Christmas sweater. Asagi and Sakura got some new ninja swords for their battles against Oboro, which, ironically enough, the Punisher and Nick helped out on. Honoka got a nice looking black shirt with the entire Dead or Alive roster crossing over with the Rumble Roses roster on it. Oh boy. Glenn Quagmire ironically got some hentai manga. Evil Rose and Reiko Hinamoto got some training and speedbacks for them to practice on. Oh boy. Bro. So I can already imagine beyond a shadow of doubt that Quagmire would be doing what can only be described as this. Shut the fuck up. Fucking bitch. Suck my dick. Okay. Uh, Lastly, Nick got the best gift of them all. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I wonder which one it was. Was it the original or the remake? The movie then ended with the credits scenes. After the credits ended, some images and videos thanked everyone for supporting Yakuza Entertainment and their movies, along with the cast and crew that developed the movies, as well as the live action costumes of the characters, and some behind the scenes videos and screenshots. At the bottom of the videos and images, the text read, and I quote, "We at Yakuza Entertainment thank you for watching our movies and supporting us throughout the years. It was a very fun ride. This was our final movie before we went bankrupt due to multiple copyright claims and lawsuits were filed towards us due to the characters and how everything went in the movie. We love making fan-made films for over 5 years. Thank you for everything. Sincerely, Yakuza." Bowsette and I were amazed at what we saw in the movie. There were a bunch of crossover characters in it. The fact that they managed to get away with making fan made movies with copyrighted characters and franchises for over 5 years is beyond astonishing. After we left the hotel, we saw that there was a private plane waiting for us. When we got on the plane, we saw the driver of the plane was none other than Tom Selleck. The pilot was Tom Selleck. Still wearing Akira Fudo's uncle's clothes right by him was Akira Fudo himself. Oh boy. Tom Selleck then said to Balzette and myself, ready to head back to the USA? We all said yes. We then headed off into the sunset, never to be seen again until the year 2022. We fail, we break, we fall, but then we rise, we heal, we overcome. Anonymous. Credited to Sapiana. Oh boy. That was the this was that was the hardest thing I've had to go through in my entire life. Yeah, I actually enjoyed that story, but at the same time, I still hate creepypastas. But still, I'm actually glad I read this. Yeah. Uh, okay, we got Alexandra Gorsky. I don't know who this individual is. Hold on, let me. I don't know what this. I don't know what this says. Hold on, let me try to. It says the stream is a very black background, and it meows, by the way. Yeah, the stream is just a very black background, and a yeah, I actually made it a black background for the aesthetic. Uh, yeah, the black background is actually there to fit. Hold on. Sometimes people don't know anything about speaking Polish when you don't know the reason. Ah, well, so I guess that kind of makes sense. Either way, welcome to the channel. Glad we got a new viewer here. I gotta ask, how exactly did you find me? Because I'm like not really that well known, despite the fact that I've been here for like 6 years and I have like 1,000 some subscribers. Like, despite that, I'm not that much of a well-known person. I don't even know how the hell this happened. But regardless, I'm still here to keep people entertained. So, yeah. Ow, my back hurts. Jesus Christ. So yeah, that was actually pretty good. That was actually a pretty good thing I read. Oh, you are of Polish Canadian descent and your ancestors came from Warsaw. Oh, I had no idea. I actually had no idea. I did not know that at all. But regardless, welcome to the channel. I love to promote a diverse audience, regardless of what language they speak. And yeah. All right, so we don't really have that much engagement tonight. I'm really hoping that we can get more people to listen to this shit because this is kind of something I've been wanting to try out with my channel for quite a while. And today I'm finally doing it. So, yeah, this is like kind of an experimental thing, but at the same time, it's kind of not because I want to do this more often. Mm. Jesus Christ, there's a lot. There is a lot to unpack here. Let me see. Oh boy, the crazy Mugen bus fights. This is gonna be one. This is gonna be a tough one. Oh, what do you know? It's not that long. Okay, I can work with this one. Have you ever went on a bus ride in your life? Well, there's this experience I had. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Sam, and I live with my little buddy Max. Oh, it's a Sam and Max story. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Let's go, man. Let's go. I'll tell you this crazy experience. Today I went on a bus ride with Max at this large mall to look around and sometimes shop around. When the bus came at a stop, Tim and Moby were about to leave, and then Tim slipped and I fell on the floor. Then I started to call John Wick out for throwing his banana peel on the floor. Then John Wick started to argue back. The bus driver closed the door and drove off. Just as Tim yelled, "Fuck you, bitch!" John Wick socked Tim in the face. This is when it got wild. Tim started fighting John Wick. Tim accidentally slugs at Moist Critical. Then Moist Critical starts fighting Tim back. Oh boy, there's gonna be a massive fight. What would I do? What would I do if I was ever on the bus and there was a fight on the bus? What would I do? Would I try to get the fight thing to fight and fucking I don't know. What I would do is the first thing I would do is like I don't even know. So like I would down, I would record the whole thing on a camera. Then I would like make sure this gets on the news. Like I gotta make sure Eyewitness News catches wind of this, because this is like some crazy shit. This is some really really fucking crazy shit. Uh huh. Yeah. So my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Wow. Wow. Oh, like my god. Yeah, Moby attempts to break up the fight, then Moist Critical unintentionally slugs Moby. Then Moby fights back at Moist Critical. I began to take out my phone and record the whole thing. Then Max says to me, I wonder when the next stop to the mall is. The group unintentionally hits some people. Then soon up the whole bus except for the driver starts fighting each other. Fists are flying everywhere. Everyone's jumping at each other and socking each other. I saw that Charlie Brown beat the shit out of Bluey. Then the whole bus becomes a fight club on wheels. A fight club on wheels. You ever heard? You may have heard of Wheels on the Bus. Well, this is the bus of death. A few minutes after of the fight, we heard a couple of sirens. Oh shit! The police! It's the whoop whoop. That's the sound of the police. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm breaking character for this one. Fuck it. I am breaking character for this one pasta. Okay, I am breaking character for this one. Like this is way too fucking wild. I need to continue reading this. The bus stop outside of a Jack in the Box. We then saw the LSPD get on the bus and attempting to disperse the fight. While that is happening, Max saw Tatacolt, Hush Cash, Lynn Knife, Fem Not Important, Asagi Igawa, Korra, Hell Knight Ingrid, Ordinary James, Xerox Lightning, Seth the Incubus, Bowsette, the Shadow Reader, and Ryuki in a Jack in the Box, also seeing the whole fight go down. Bro, this is like a fucking Royal Rumble style elimination cage match, if that even make any goddamn sense. Jesus. Shit. So there's a lot to unpack. Like I'm reading this shit and there's a lot to unpack. Fight. Bro, let me break out my fucking popcorn. I need to like oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's some good shit. This is some really good shit. Like not even a few seconds in, I'm already enjoying this pasta. What the fuck am I watching? Like, what the fuck am I reading? Uh huh. I saw Asagi Ego and Fem Not Important next to Hushcash and Lin Knife and recorded from their phones. Oh wait, I already read that part. Even reader, the fight got more insane as John Wick yeets an LSPD officer out the bus window, bro. Okay, so that's a charge. There are so many charges on this one thing. So it's like what assault and battery for multiple people here, like disturbing the peace, um, assaulting a police officer. So that's three charges. That's three charges that you can actually, bro. That last one is actually a fucking felony charge. How do you not get arrested? Because you literally threw a fucking police officer out the window during a fight. You literally assaulted an officer of the fucking law. How are you not going to jail? Like, how are you not getting arrested, my nigga? Jesus. Then more LSPD cars arrive, and officers get involved in the fight, soon turning the bus into a riot, seeing the whole WWE match for free on the bus. Then I saw across the street was Pastor Martin Seppa handing out anti-lolicon church flyers to certain people, such as Mike from the very obscure Shockwave Flash game on his street sesh. Then they noticed the fight. Everything escalated as a new team was dispatched. I saw the unmarked Chevrolet Suburbans, unmarked Ford Explorers, unmarked Dodge Chargers. Oh my fucking god, the Dodge Chargers. This one type of car ended up becoming a whole damn meme. Jesus fucking Christ. Then they noticed the fight. Everything escalated to new team was dispatched. It's like, okay, so we got unmarked. So we got what? Unmarked Chevrolet Suburbans, unmarked Ford Explorers, unmarked Dodge Chargers, and Lenco Bearcats pulling up, and the news teams getting out of their vehicles, letting off less lethal rounds in the air. Then one of the news officers gets to beats the ever living fucking shit out of Ryder from GTA San Andreas. News team gets back on the Fight Club. We were wondering what the fuck was happening. Then the bus driver decided to floor it, and everyone fighting falls over, and they decide to try to jump the bus driver. What the fuck? No, why? Why would you try to assault the guy who's literally commandeering the bus and literally moving it? Like, what the fuck? What kind of logic is that? Like, bro, you guys fucking killed it with this thing. Like, my god. Like, while some of them were still fighting with each other, I saw Charlie Brown choke slam Moose from Noggin. Bro, why? The bus literally became Mugen on wheels. The bus stopped at the mall. It got then the fight got more insane as it went outside of our stop, which was the mall. We stopped by the food court for a cinema and then left. And just when we were outside, I checked my phone and saw a Shadow Broadcasting Company report on the fight from the bus. Yeah, SBC News got on the scene. No fucking kidding. SBC News got on the fucking scene and reported on the whole fucking fight. I don't even know how this is possible, but it is. You portrayed SBC as in the story as an actual channel. That is fucking awesome. Like reporting on the fight of the bus. It showed parts of the CCTV footage from outside from the bus. First when it started, not next when the police got involved, and finally the fucking news team getting involved, along with the bus driver getting his ass kicked. This was the craziest experience on a bus I've ever had, bro. I would like to be the guy who had to be an eyewitness to the action that was going on on the bus. I would like to be that one guy who was watching people getting their fucking asses kicked. Like it would be free entertainment. Like honestly, I would get front row seats, pull out my fucking camera, and then eat a whole batch of fucking popcorn. You know, I was just like, yeah, that's exactly what I would do. That is exactly what I would do. Ah. So yeah, I am like glad you liked how you portrayed it in the story. Yeah, I'll take a look at Newly Single later today. I'm just waiting to see if anyone else will. Yeah, I so like not many people are even watching the broadcast right now. But what is the name of the current creepypasta I was reading, and where can you find it? So this was right now. This was like necessarily just a troll pasta that I was reading. The one I was reading a while ago. So right now I'm like fucking shit. So yeah, right. So like the thing is, how do I fucking bro? Yeah, hold on. Let me find the one he. Oh, here we go. This is the one that I was reading a while ago. Yep. And Cutie's back. Huh. So wait a minute, wait, Cutie, you also speak Polish? I had no fucking idea. That is something, honestly. Uh, that is something. So oh what the fuck am I watching, honestly? Either way, this is it. The yelling is funny, but this is very calm. Yeah. Oh, you do not. You barely speak English. What do you mean? You speak very fluent English. It's very perfect. What the fuck? Yeah, that was it. Yeah. You speak dolphin clicks and smoke signals. What the fuck? He, he says, your voice is very nice, just so you know. It's a nice change from the yelling. Oh, I see. So it's like, mm. Hold up. Hold on. I don't know what the fuck is happening here. Yeah. I'm going to fucking die. I am going to die. Die. Hold on. Right now I'm just like, oh boy. So so there's so I'm looking at the creepypasta wiki, and I'm looking at and holy shit, there is actually a WWE creepypasta. What the fuck? The canceled In Your House pay-per-view. That is something I am actually considering taking a look at very soon, because as pretty much everyone knows, I love wrestling. This is shit. Get the fuck off of me. Jesus. What? I don't know what that thing was that was crawling all over me, but yeah, that happened and I don't know why. Oh yeah. What the hold on. Let me take a look at this. Let me take a look at. Wait, what the fuck? Oh. Oh boy. Oh hell no! I am not reading this. I am not reading this. I am taking a look at this shit right now, and hell no, hell fucking no. I am not fucking. Oh, hold on. Let me pin this real quick. Yeah, bro. I am not fucking reading this. I swear to God, I am not fucking reading this. Like, bro, it is so bad that it would make me want to commit suicide after reading it. I'm sorry. I'm like carefully scanning and cross-examining the contents of the story, and like, and believe me, contents of the story, it's fucking no, 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 no. No. What the fuck? Okay, okay. Oh, she's crossing into Bill Nye the Science Guy. God damn it. 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 God motherfucking damn it. I swear. Can I like die? I wanna fucking die. I wanna suck my dick. Eat a dick. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. looking for one of those. I don't even know what to say. I really don't, because like when I'm trying to read these fucking stories, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? What the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck am I witnessing? This is some really fucked up shit. Son of a bitch. Can I like die? Can I like actually die? How about some of this? No, you may not. You sound a bit like not important for Patriot if he was a smoker. My God. Like, yeah. Yeah. Fiery is in the chat. What is up? There is so much to unpack here. There is so much to fucking unpack. Yeah. Like Hulk Hogan. What the fuck am I looking at? Like Hulk Hogan sucks at wrestling. He's a racist bitch. He's a stupid bitch. He's an overrated piece of shit bitch. He's a gay bitch. He's a fucking white bitch. He hates black people. I don't like Go. Mm-hmm. This is shit. This is shit. This is shit. This is shit. This is so sit back, relax, and be an eyewitness to the stupidity of the world. Oh, you got to be fucking shitting me. So yeah, I'm gonna take a look at it, but at the same time, I kind of want to go through a mix of various other stories. Like, I'm not just doing troll pastas tonight. I kind of want to get into some other fucking. So I kind of want to get into some other stories. Like, I kind of want to see what I can do here. I want to see if I can. How do I say that? I want to see just how bad this shit is. I want to see. I want to see just how bad. I just want to see just how bad certain things are with these pastas. This is fucking stupid. This is fucking ridiculous. This is fucking fucking ridiculous. I do not even know where to start. Okay. Get ready, because I'm going to be reading some really fucking horrible shit. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax and be an eyewitness to the sheer stupidity of what I'm going to fucking read. Okay. So I am going to commit mental suicide by reading what Gugu sent me earlier. Okay. Okay, let's get the fucking clown music rolling. Send in the fucking clowns. Circus. Okay. Okay. This is where it all goes down. Caillou's biggest temper tantrum. Okay, let me see this shit. Does anyone remember the loathsome cartoon Caillou? Well, I found a DVD that legit said Caillou lost episode. Don't edit. It's not a spelling error. Nobody on the internet can spell episode right. So obviously this is how they spell it. So I stole it. Obviously not paying for it, although it's free. I watched the episode. The episode started with Caillou wanted to go to the circus, and Dad said we'll take him tomorrow. So he got mad and threw the curtains out, choked his dad, shot his mom to death, and breaking Rosie's back, spine, skull, and neck. His dad let him get away with it. Then he grabbed a knife and randomly kept stabbing the car with it, which made me laugh until somehow the stabbings brought the car to blow up. So it should have been an actual Lost episode. Lost Makers said and just said that Caillou went to some cars and blew them up. Then the narrator said Caillou was mad. He couldn't go to the circus because he had a tiny penis and wanted to go there so the magician could go his penis. But there wasn't any magicians in circuses, so he had to use clowns anyway because he could prank the impossible. He always has to get his way. So to get him out of anger, his dad took him to the toy store to get the toy version of Swag, but that didn't work after a few minutes. So he took him to Sesame Street. It failed, and Caillou destroyed the whole entire 123 Sesame Street. So his dad had to take him to the circus. The smirk on his face when he saw the elephants made me want to shoot my computer. Hold up, I can't choose which ending to go choose, so you'll get to do it. Choice 1. So the credits then play something in Japanese. Luckily, I can speak Japanese, Korean, Spanish, and English. What are the odds that you asked in 1 in a million? And it said foreign languages are scary. Then I saw the back of the DVD, and it said the garage salesman would have given you $38 for buying the DVD, which made me mad that I didn't get the buck, so I threw it to the road and it caused a car to crash. Turns out I was a garage salesman, and so I took the $38. But he had $1 trillion left over, so I took it all. And now I own everything and I want, and I'm happily married to Kim Kardashian. True story. Ending 2. So soon Daddy told Caillou it's time to go, Caillou. So Caillou released the gorillas and all his dad to death. Then Caillou said, "You're next, Random. How can you know my name?" The credits it said something in Japanese. Luckily, I'm the only person who can speak every single language. It said, "The death has written, Hail Satan." Then Caillou came to life and stabbed me in the heart over 9 times night, dies. What, Random? You can't just get yesterday, brother. Bro. I want to fucking commit suicide after reading this. Okay. There is no way I can say it. So, yeah, I don't know how else to say it. So, I'm going to let this clip from the movie Billy Madison explain it for me. Hold on. Fucking hell. Yeah, I'm going to let this clip from Billy Madison do the talking.
Mr. Madison, what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Thank you. That's exactly what my thought is. I'm giving this shit a solid 0 out of 10. Like this merits no positive score whatsoever. Like this shit sound like the whoever wrote this, it simply sound like the writer had had no ideas, like, and had only 5 minutes left to write a good story. You know, like how you're writing an essay an hour before it's due and it comes out like total shit. This is basically the product of that. Like, this is literally the stupidest thing I've ever read. Can I please commit suicide after reading this? Can someone please just staple my balls together? I don't want to fucking live anymore after reading this. Like, get this shit out of my fucking head! Jesus! Die, 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 die. I want to fucking die. I want to fucking die. Die, 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 die. I want to die, die. I want to fucking die. I want to die, die. I want to die, die. I want to commit suicide. Suck my dick. Suck my dick. I want to commit suicide. Go fuck yourself! Thank you. Hey, Zach has entered the chat. Welcome. Welcome. So I hear you got some news for me. Tell me the news. I am interested. Please tell me the news. Anna Kasparian has blocked you on Twitter. Dub. Oh my god. I knew she would do something like that because, like, bro, she's this quote unquote journalist who deliberately spreads lies and misinformation. I think she worked for the Young Turks. I don't fucking know, but at the same time, yeah, like, bro, you pretty much owned this bitch. You pretty much owned this bitch, and she couldn't take the heat. She couldn't take the heat, so what she decided to do is like I don't know, block you like a pussy. Oh my god, she's a fucking pussy. Jesus. Yep, she does. Like, she works for the Young Turds. Yeah, she couldn't take the heat. Exactly, she is. Yep. A journalist literally blocked you. You have made it in life. Yes. Congratulations, Zach, my man. You are a successful individual. You are a really successful individual. Why is there no stream delay? What do you mean by that? I've never had it not have any delay. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Is it like, what the fuck is happening? I don't understand. Like, this is a rarity. This is actually a rarity. I'm waiting for Chunk Yogurt, the fat retarded buffalo, to do so. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that guy. That guy. Dude, you're pretty much gonna go on a warpath against fucking. You're pretty much gonna go on a warpath against how do I say this? You're pretty much going on a warpath against the fucking SML crew. So yeah, would I rather go to the Empire State Building or get bitches? Probably both. Yeah. Is Chunk Yogurt gonna block me next? I wonder if he does. Like, if he does, you might as well consider that a major win. Okay, so let me see. Let me see what I'm working with, since this one has been heavily requested by Seth. Newly single, Honey Pop creepypasta. One of my friends at school has actually been talking about Honey Pop. I don't fucking get it. I don't see the appeal. Jesus Christ, there is so much for me to read here. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I don't even know how I'm gonna. Okay. I'm gonna save that one for last because that is going to be the last one I read for the night. I promise you guys I will read that one as the last one of the night. Like in case I do end up getting tired of going to sleep. So yeah, I'm gonna take a look. I will take a look at that as the last story of the night, given the fact that there is so much to unpack there. So yeah, so I'm saving the best for last here. Matt Lauer blocked you on Twitter yet? Oh, you mean the guy who got fired from NBC News? Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! Hey, Red Eye, what's up? It says you went to the beach and a wave just wiped you out. I'm glad you did not die because you are commenting this as we speak. Jesus Christ, dude, that is horrifying. I'm just glad you made it out alive. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. All that matters is that you came out of it alive and that you didn't die. So yeah. God damn it. Hey, Duncan, what's up? Yo, the establishment is catching up to all of us. Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. Let me take a look at this one. This one that you wrote. What is it? The Bill Cosby one? Is it the Bill Cosby one? Let me fucking see this. Oh boy. Oh yeah, so that is the one. Okay. Ow, my balls. Jesus Christ. So I was like, honest to God, hoping that there would be some like really fucking scary pastas that I could read here. Cause I wanna get into this shit. I really wanna get into shit. Like, I'm honestly not sure if anyone here has any other suggestions besides like this. Man, I wish Blazer was here to witness this shit. This is fucking bittersweet. Bill Cosby should change his stage name to Pill Cosby for all the pills he's giving out. Oh yeah, I could. Oh yeah. All right, let me see what you got, Duncan. This is something I really got to see. It's about a woman and her quest to regain her humanity after being turned into a cyborg. Oh boy, this sounds a lot more like a film plot. Are you sure this isn't like a film plot or anything like that? So I do remember Serato sent me this a while ago, and I'm gonna take a look at this. The Forgotten Spider-Man. Wonder what this is for. Jesus Christ. Damn it. Okay, here we go. I always loved comics, especially superhero comics. Like a lot of people, I grew up reading Superman, Batman, Captain America, all that good stuff. But my absolute favorite was Spider-Man. So it's no surprise that I grew up to work at a comic book store. But that's not important. You want to know about the story. Well, one day after work, I stopped off at this little rundown toy store. The guy that ran the place looked about nonchalantly, almost as if I wasn't there. I looked around. There were a few nice collectibles on the shelves, but what really caught my eye was a strange action figure. It was a Spider Man action figure, but unlike any I'd ever seen. It was all red. Its webbing patterns were disorganized. The spider was crooked and it looked like a real spider. The spider was crooked and it looked like a real spider. Also, the lenses appeared to be broken. There were small painted in cracks in the mask lenses. That unnerved me a bit, but I still thought it was cool. I bought it for a mere 50 cents, and the comic book was given to me for free. It comes with the figure, the store owner said. The only thing I ever heard him say while I was there. I left and brought it home to my apartment. I set the toy on a shelf with the rest of my personal collection. Yes, I'm a nerd. Get over it. You're here for the story, right? Anyway, I took the comic out of the bag and actually looked at it. It was creepy to say the least. It looked like an homage to Amazing Fantasy issue 15, Spider-Man's first appearance. The title read The Forgotten Spider-Man issue 0. It looked like the action figure, but the person he was holding looked limp, his head at an unnatural angle, his eyes closed. It didn't say who wrote or illustrated it. No Comics Code Authority symbol, not even a Marvel logo. It started with Peter Parker, as per expectation, attending the radioactivity demonstration. I began to feel nostalgic as my eyes scanned the panels. The spider was caught in the radioactive energy. It landed on Peter's hand and it bit him. That was normal, but then I noticed something weird, more like frightening. Instead of just a bite, blood poured from the wound. It covered Peter's arm. He was screaming, begging for help as the others looked on in horror. His body became covered in red, reminiscent of the Carnage symbiote, and strange black cords ripped from his wrists and ankles, wrapping into the disorganized web pattern that I had seen on the toy. That spider that bit him, the spider that bit Peter, crawled onto his chest and became a part of his body. A scientist reached out to Peter, but Peter lashed out and attacked him, strangling the others with black webbing in a mindless rampage. Suddenly, I forgot that I was a 25-year-old man, and I, like a frightened child, whispered, "Spider Man?" I continued reading. Spider Man, if I could even call him that, started brutally murdering people. The blood on the page was such a deep shade of red, I almost thought it was inked with real blood. I had to put it down. I was getting sick to my stomach. Then something caught my eye. I turned to see, sitting on top of my fridge was the toy. It was crouched in the trademark Spider Man pose. It was freaky. I put it on my shelf, standing straight up. The cracked lenses looked at me, and not just positioned in my direction. It was literally looking at me. I don't know how, but somehow it wanted me to keep reading the comic. So I picked it up and opened it again. Spider-Man was still killing, but what I saw only made it worse. He was making his way to the home. He was making his way to the home, ripping off Mary Jane's head and beating people with her spine along the way. I was getting horrified. And then, in a full splash panel, he had reached his house. He killed his Uncle Ben first, blind with rage, and then ripped his arm off, beating Aunt May to death with it. I was getting sick again. I could have sworn I heard laughing in the back of my mind. It was the end of the issue. I saw a preview for the next one, which showed Spider Man holding what looked to be Otto Octavius by the throat. I was grateful that the issue was over, but mortified by its contents. I turned to look at the Spider Man toy. It was gone. Then I felt the issue slip away. In a fraction of a second, the toy was gone, taking the comic with it. I sighed with relief until a voice spoke in my mind, a cruel, mocking tone. Till next time, true believers. It's been a month since this happened. I had learned that an artist who attempted to submit his work, a full horror themed Spider Man book, to Marvel Comics, had died of overexhaustion, never eating or drinking, only working till his body just gave out. I learned this after searching up the Forgotten Spider Man on the internet, an article about the artist being the only thing I could find. There was an image of the artist's desk included in the article, showing an unfinished cover of the comic book that I had read. I was still traumatized by the events of that day, but I couldn't help feeling bad for this artist, as all he wanted was someone to appreciate his work. Now I suppose I'm that person, because I got this in my mail today, set in an envelope with no return address. It was the Forgotten Spider-Man issue 1. I can't believe I just read that whole thing. Jesus Christ. That was this was hell. That was the craziest thing I've ever had to read. Well, not really, but I actually really enjoyed reading that. So that's something. That was quite something. What music shall we use when someone blocks us? Like it would be, well, we would be playing the circus music, of course, because it pretty much proves that they're fucking clowns. They couldn't take the heat. They're fucking clowns. Simple as that. Shut the fuck up. These goddamn commercials. Nigga. Yes. Oh my fucking god. Yes, Duncan. Yes. So, breaking news from the Shadow Broadcasting Company. Duncan and this piece of shit individual, when they were dating for like a whole fucking year, Duncan broke up with her after realizing just how much of an utter disgusting piece of shit human being she was. So yeah. Welcome to hell. Fiery definitely says it best. Yeah. Oh my god, Duncan. Wow. Like, bro, it's funny how she fantasized about minors rather than thinking about you and putting you first. It doesn't make any fucking sense. So basically, you didn't even realize it at first, but you were dating a whole barrage of red flags. It says Encyclopedia Dramaticus theme song because they are clowns. Exactly. Exactly. The fuck? Yeah. Bro, what even is this stream anymore? This went from me reading creepypastas to a whole bunch of shit. I don't even fucking know anymore. Read the WRXD Wikipedia page, even though there's nothing on it to see that's interesting. Asagi Phil Cosby, let's get to work. Thankfully, I still have the music here. I don't know if you know about the series named Time. I can't fucking pronounce the name. Okay, Taimanin Asagi. It's a naughty series of revolving ninja girls and shit. Well, there's a lost episode of Taimanin Asagi I somehow encountered online. I was looking through an alternative site like YouTube because of shit copyright laws to find some anime films. Then there's something I didn't expect. It was that episode. The thumbnail was a frame from the Fat Albert intro, and the title was Taimanin Asagi, Bill Cosby. I decided to watch it out of curiosity. The intro started with Fat Albert intro, but the lyrics were so twisted and messed up for funny. Hey, 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 here's Fat Albert, and I'm gonna sing a song for you, and Bill's gonna give you a pill or two. You'll have some fun now with me and all the gang, ganging banging from each other while you're unconscious from our thing. Nah, 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 gonna have a good time. Hey, hey, hey. Nah, nah, nah. Oh boy. Hey, hey. This is Bill Cosby coming out with drinks and fun. If you're not careful, you may learn something before it's done. Hey, hey, hey. Nah, nah, nah. Gonna have a good time. I think you already know where the fuck this is going.
After the intro played, the episode started with a cityscape that appears to look like a combination of Los Santos and Tokyo. It started with Asagi and Sakura going to a restaurant that sells food from different countries. They are introduced to an anthropomorphic wolf worker of the restaurant, which I didn't expect. I continued on. They ordered cheeseburger combos, and the anthropomorphic wolf went to the kitchen and told the worker, who was a short magenta hair woman, about the order, and she did the order. But when she was about to give it to the customer, she noticed it was Asagi and Sakura. Then she spiked the food with crushed sleeping pills by putting them on the mayo, mustard, and ketchup, and told the other worker, a succubus, to deliver the food and make a fake excuse, such as she needed to use the restroom. The worker did as told and went with it. Obro went to the closet and let out Bill Cosby. Then I heard a scream of a male with a southern accent. What the hell? Who put dildos in my food? A man with a camo outfit and a southern accent had an odd resemblance to the YouTuber known as Billy Bob Tanley. Then it cuts to a man with camo clothing throwing the food on the floor and storming out. Oh boy. Oh my fucking god. I'm dying. All right. Have a good night, Zach. Thanks for showing up. You have a good New Year's as well, man. So shit. There is so much for me to look at. Okay. The next scene showed a kid with glasses destroying his food with a keyboard because he found pills in his food, which the kid looked like the angry German kid. Oh yeah. Suddenly, Asagi, Sakura, and Max passed out. The workers and Sam were concerned about what happened. Then suddenly, a smoke bomb exploded in front of them. Then it cuts to a black screen for a few minutes. Then it shows a perspective of Sakura waking up to news agents searching the restaurant and seeing no sign of Obero and Bill Cosby. Then I heard a voice saying in a concerned tone, "Where are you, little buddy?" The next scene shows an anthropomorphic fox LSPD officer asking Sakura if she's okay. Sakura replied, "Yeah, but I don't know where Asagi is." Then Sam left the restaurant seeing where Max was, but all he saw were the LSPD cars and news teams, SUVs, and armored vehicles, along with agents and officers investigating and closing the road. The next scene featured the Anthro Wolf worker telling the Nico detective about what he saw before the smoke bomb exploded. The last thing I saw was a woman with magenta hair throwing an explosive and knocking everyone out. Then it shows the LSPD officer investigating the CCTV footage and seeing who it was. Then in the CCTV footage, it shows that Bill Cosby and Obero caught Asagi and Max. The event was revealed to the news on SBC. Oh boy, we got another one. Max and Asagi were caught by Bill Cosby and Obero on TV. Then it zooms up, revealing it was Fat Albert and the crew. "I'm very disappointed in you, Mr. Cosby," Fat Albert said. Then it shows a montage of the ALB along with other agencies such as the FIB, News, LSPD, and LSSD patrolling on high alert. Even a bounty was placed for the arrest of Obero and Bill Cosby. Later on in the day, during the near-end sunset, Fat Albert was walking with his crew. Then they saw a white van with an orc and a dating game woman leaving the vehicle and carrying an unconscious Asagi out of the van and into a building. "I think this is it," Fat Albert said. He sneakily went into the van and saw an unconscious Max still in ALB gear next to a box of Jello pudding. "Rudy, give me the water," Fat Albert said. Rudy gave Fat Albert a water bottle and he poured water on Max. Max woke up. "Where am I?" Max said. "You're okay," Fat Albert said, and the crew let Max out of the van. "What is this box?" Dumb Donald said. Oh fuck. Before Fat Albert said anything, they heard footsteps and they instantly hid behind only to find out it was Drew Pickles. Oh shit. Okay, where the fuck am I, bro? This is where it's gonna get. It's gonna go down here. Drew Pickles from the WSEX 69 News Crew. This is where it all goes down. Like, if we're talking about Drew Pickles, then it's time. It is time. All right, let's do this. Hold on. Where did I fucking? Here it is. The Drew Pickles bit. Jeez, don't be homophobic. I just came here for a vacation with my husband Barney, the triple testicle dinosaur. What the fuck? And my son Drew Pickles Jr. Drew Pickles said, "We're just here to save Max." Fat Albert said, "Well, what about Sagi?" And Drew Pickles like, "Well, you said you hate women." Fat Albert said, "Yes, but I know that you guys want help. I would even do the same thing if my Barney Bunch members would be held cat." Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. And Alec is here as well. I am like reading the Drew Pickles bit, and already I'm losing my shit. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. Okay, so what the fuck am I looking at? Max then pressed the panic button on his radio. Agent needs assistance at the abandoned building in the backside of the South Central area in the lot by McDonald's and Spa. Just after Max said that, they heard Obro for yelling at the orc and the dating game woman for not looking after the van. They went to the other side of the building and stood at the corner of the street. The next scene featured Obro cussing the orc in the dating game out for fucking once. You fucking dumbasses can't do one simple damn task. Obro said, "We're sorry. We didn't know it was one person at a time." "I don't care. You guys should have focused on what I said." The next scene featured a black Ford Transit and a black Chevrolet Silverado Custom pulling out aside where Max, Drew Pickles, Barney, Drew Pickles Jr., Fat Albert, and the crew were. The ALB SWAT team got out of the vehicles. "So what happened?" asked Ryuki. "Well, it's Sagi is in there, and I saw an ugly ass beast and a woman taking her inside." "I'm guessing that you're referring to the Cosby District," Mudahar said. "What the father fucking hell is the Cosby Empire or whatever that is?" Drew Pickle said, "It's a new Speakonia group." Oh boy, another one of these that puts pills in everyone's drink. They target every Speakonia group, Link Knife said. Then a Lenko Bearcat pulls up. John Wick, Doomslayer, and the Punisher leave the vehicle. "What's going on?" the Punisher asked. Fat Albert told the Punisher what was going on. The next scene featured three black sedans pulling up on the side of the building on the road. The sedans appear to be a Ford Crown Victoria. Hey, let's go! We got a fucking Crown Vic! Let's go! A Ford Taurus and a Dodge Charger. Another one. Another Dodge Charger. Is this a fucking trend? What is going on? The agents get out of the vehicles. We're on the scene, Yukikaze said. Through the radio. Use the ding-dong ditch method. Max responded. Go for it, Mugman, said to Cuphead. Cuphead did the ding-dong ditch method and took cover next to Ordinary James. An orc came out of the door. Hey, pizza guy, use the other door before Orc could finish his sentence. I heard a male voice yelling, "Don't move!" and lights glowing on him. The Orc attempted to grab an explosive, and then there's hentai protagonist Flippy, Michiru Kagimori, Nazuna Hiwatashi, Korra, Cuphead, Mugman, Yukikaze, and Ordinary James shooting. The Orc gets shot multiple times and then falls. Ceasefire, Korra said. The next scene shows Mutahar finally coming up with a plan. Okay, this will work, Mutahar said. Then it shows Shiplake and Lin Knife up on the roof of a building. Shiplake scouting the scene. Next to him is Lin Knife, armed with a heavy sniper MK2. Fat Albert gets pushed by his crew. Drew Pickles, Barney, Drew Pickles Jr., and some ALB SWAT members, and rolls into the building, crashing and destroying the front door. In the back of the building, Korra drove the Lenko Bearcat to destroy the back wall. The Orcs are surprised at the walls being busted. Hey, who wants to play? Fat Albert said. Fat Albert gets shoved again and he crushed the Orcs to death. Oh boy. Enough with these fucking advertisements while I'm trying to listen to fucking music while doing this shit. Okay, we're on the last paragraph of this entire thing. I want to see how it's going to go. I want to see exactly how this is going to look. Okay, this is where, thankfully, it's a more dramatic version. I can completely understand that because I fucking hate Bill Cosby too. And anyone who actually defends Bill Cosby is a literal fucking jackass. And I hope you die in the worst way possible if you actually defend Bill Cosby. You know, there are some sickening people in this world, and the kind of people who actually make me sick are the kind that actually defend rapists, abusers, and traffickers. To think that Shadow has been called all three of those last year makes me sick. I agree. Like that, people have compared me to a rapist. People have compared me to an abuser. People have compared me to all sorts of things, and that's why I say, fuck you, 2022. Like, I'm gonna take a brief moment and pause. Normally, I don't. I'm gonna take a brief moment and pause to say this. Normally, I don't like talking about drama on the channel, but in this situation, I'll make an exception. This whole thing that's been going on with Duncan's ex-girlfriend has been living rent-free in my head, especially since she made my life a living hell, brainwashed a shit ton of people to turn against me, and then there's a whole pick a side campaign that Duncan did. That shit really kicked me. That shit really felt like I was kicked right in the balls. So we dug up a shit ton of dirt on Duncan's ex-girlfriend. Like, even Duncan advocates for her downfall, which I don't blame him for, honestly. So we recently found some really disgusting shit. So we found out that she's been like homophobic and transphobic, and hell, she even made some insensitive comments towards Jews. And like, I don't know what, I can't remember exactly what it was, but like, it was kind of like, it was actually offensive towards Jews. And I may not be a Jewish person, but I still find that extremely offensive and insulting. But I'm actually going to take a moment to address that, because this is shit I do not take lightly. So another thing that's worth noting here is that another thing that she did is that, like, there was this one situation that from a few years ago. I don't care how long it's been ago, but not only in this situation, not only was she complacent with having a pedophile in her Discord server, but she also allowed him to have access to the NSFW channels in her server and flagrantly refused to take action. So, like, as far as so this is the shit I'm seeing here. So, like, Razi, Raz, not only did you let a pedophile into your server, but you actually allowed them to have access to the NSFW channels in your server. Excuse my language, but are you really that big of a fucking pussy? God, how do you look at yourself in the mirror? How do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night not knowing that you nearly drove me to fucking suicide during the entirety of 2022? How do you sleep at night? How do you sleep at night? Like, honestly, you did all this shit to yourself. Like, you drove me to suicide, and I'm pretty sure you like hurt a lot of other people around you for your at their own expense. And what was it for? What the fuck was it for? What the fuck was it for, you stupid British faggot motherfucker? What the fuck was it for? Kanye is proud of Duncan's ex right now. I agree, bro. I agree with Fiery. Says, to think that Shadow has been called all three of those last year makes me sick. Yeah, people have called me all sorts of shit. Kanye, he says, I deeply regret all those pick a side shenanigans I did. Yeah, like that shit like drove me onto the that shit like Neil actually drove me to suicide. If everyone's goal was to make my life a living hell, like if everyone's goal was to make 2022 the worst year of my life, then congratulations, you have succeeded. Now where was I? Oh yeah. Drew Pickles, Barney, and Drew Pickles Jr. start ass ramming the orcs. Drew Pickles, Barney, and Drew Pickles Jr. start ass ramming the orcs. The ALB and its SWAT unit began shooting at the orcs. The more the orcs attempt to escape, but then the more they keep getting killed by Lin Knife. After all the shooting, crushing, and ass ramming, they did a final search around the place. Asagi, not harmed, but gets free by Max. But the SWAT team and agents saw no sign of Obero, dating game woman, and Bill Cosby. Then Chipflake saw them trying to escape from the back door. Target spotted, Chipflake said. Lin Knife then fires at them with the large rifle. Bill Cosby goes down. Obero and dating game woman frightened runs even faster. Then Okami and Felix Zay, catch up to Obero along with Takuzi, Max, Sakura, Holo, Ultra Instinct, Shaggy, Blasphemous HD, Charmex, and Mugman. Drop the pills or I'll shoot, Takuzi said, aiming at Obero with a shotgun. Obero refused and attempted to throw a smoke bomb at them, but then gets shot. Oh shit! The pill bombs, Blasphemous HD shouted. Then they took cover. The bomb detonated. Dating game woman got exposed to the substance and attempted to throw the explosive. Then got shot by Blasphemous HD. Then it was revealed who shot Obero, which were the other snipers, Mutahara and Mama Max. Code 4, Max said. The screen faded to black. Then it cuts to news reports from SBC. Another one. Another SBC reference. What the fuck? But by the way, you shouldn't hate or blame Bill Cosby's cartoons for what he did. Those cartoons had really good messages. And I'll say this, separate art from the artist. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And you wonder why I just disown that disgrace of a movie, artists. Yeah. I'm glad that you rediscovered Brandy and Mr. Whiskers after the breakup, because I fear how she would have reacted to that show. Christ alive, I could possibly imagine that. Oh, damn. God damn. So I'm reading some other shit. And so SBC report on the whole boss, and says, last night, a boss on an abandoned building was discovered by a witness who spotted the abducted individuals who went missing a few hours ago. What the fuck do you want? I'm right here.
Bag. No.
Siflock?
No, the black bag.
That black bag over there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see it. Hold on. Anything sensitive in there? Nah. All right, catch. You're welcome. God damn it, bro. All right. Ow, my back and my ass. Okay.
Put it back.
God damn it, bro. We got people coming in back and forth. But yeah. After the earlier morning attack on a restaurant, reports confirming that it's from an organization called the Cosby District. Okay, I'm appearing in this one. Okay, I'm actually appearing in this one. Holy shit. Then there's a video recorded by M10 from the infamous Doom mod known as the H Doom from the 10th floor of the apartment. From like the ALB agents reported pulling up in sedans and opening fire. The SWAT unit pulled up Chevrolet Suburban, Ford Transit, and Dodge Ram pulling up in gunfire opening. As you can see from the video, the ALB and the SWAT unit are raiding the Cosby District, which are ending into a gunfight, and that's where it is. That's where it is. The next scene features M10 in the interview. I was watching TV, and then I heard yelling, and I got on my phone and saw the fight going on. I'm glad that they took it down. He said the episode ends with the credits of SpongeBob with an instrumental beat from an Eminem song playing. What I can say is that it's surprising to see a Fat Albert and Timon Asagi crossover to ever happen. Oh boy. And that is the end of that one. This is quite something. Bro, imagine like, yo, Duncan, I can already imagine how that would have happened. Like if your girlfriend, well, I mean your ex-girlfriend, thank God she's your ex. Like, you know what's bullshit? The fact that I actually had a crush on her. The fact that I actually had feelings for her for over a fucking year. I don't even know how that's possible. I don't even know how that was possible or why that was possible, but motherfucker, I did not expect a person like her to be such a toxic, disgusting bitch like her. Like, my God. I'm honest to God so glad that I let Blazer know about what happened here. I'm honest to God so glad that I did that. Because, like, I mean, I didn't get any reaction from Blazer, but motherfucker, I still had to let her know about it. Because this is some sick shit. She's more toxic than Skylar White. I wait, who the fuck is Skylar White? I don't seem to remember. Yeah. So there's quite a lot that happened here. I'm gonna be live until 1 a.m. because 1 a.m. is good when I'm gonna be ending the broadcast because I don't fucking know anymore. But like in half an hour, when I hit the 12:30 mark, I'm about to start reading the whole thing. I'm about to start reading the fucking how do I say this? I'm about to start reading the newly single one. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be some good shit. It's just too damn bad. Blazer couldn't make it to tonight's show like he did tonight's stream like she did last night. She was a mom in Breaking Bad. That's who you're referring. Oh shit. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So this stream basically transformed into a mix of things, a whole messy mix of things. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. The shit that your ex did to me, man. The shit that your ex did to me. It's gonna be forever imprinted into my head. Like I don't even know where to start. Like I'm not taking the stream down. I'm gonna keep it up. Shit. Of course, dude. Of course. Sorry if I'm not like talking too much. I'm just like a bit worn out. If as y'all could say. Ah, fuck. Fuck me in the ass, bro. Like this is my first stream of New Year's, and I'm like, God damn it. The first thing I decided to do was like go for horror stories. Like I really wasn't wanting to do troll pastas tonight. I was like hoping to do a whole stream dedicated to creepypastas, but god damn, you guys really put a smile on my face tonight. I'm not gonna lie. Like, despite the fact that I am trying to recover from the traumatic experiences of the year of the year that just passed, which I already finished recording the 2022 year in review video. I'm going to be having it uploaded. I'm going to be having it uploaded very soon. Stay tuned. I can't fucking wait. Like I am definitely looking forward to releasing that video. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah, I really did enjoy them. So right now I'm just like sticking around. So far, there's not really much for me to take a look at other than Honey Pop newly single, which I'll be covering in 12 minutes. So in the meantime, we could probably just talk about some shit. I don't fucking know. We could probably talk about some stuff, and I will be doing that. I'm like over here. I'm just like over here looking at some shit. Bro. Honey Pop newly single is where you got Aaron from. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Bro, I'm like reason why I'm so quiet right now is just like this whole thing that's been going on with Duncan's ex. Like this shit has been going on in my head, like playing on repeat like a fucking broken record. I swear, I can't. I just fucking can't anymore, man. Shit. A newly single appeared in a Honey Pop iceberg chart, which is awesome. Oh, really? Well, that's something. Oh, I just took a look at a lot of shit. Like, bro, I can't get this fucking shit out of my head, man. Like, she bro. So that's basically why I haven't been focusing on much lately. Because this whole thing, because I feel like right now I've got bigger fish to fry. I got bigger things on my mind, and the biggest thing that's on my mind right now is the whole thing with Duncan's ex. I cannot stop talking about it. I cannot stop thinking about it. Like this whole thing is just like, wow. It's absolutely fucking wild. Like this is news that broke in the late months of 2022, and it started spreading like fucking wildfire. It started spreading faster than the coronavirus pandemic. My God. So, bro, this is some weird shit. I just find it odd how my content doesn't really get much attention anymore. It does get attention, but not much. This is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. Can someone like actually fucking Can somebody just staple my balls together? This shit is fucking dying. How do I even, you know? Shit. So she's the one with the Judas Priest shirt and the purple hair. Ah, I see. Ah, that makes sense. So we got like 6 minutes left until I start reading Newly Single. This is gonna be some good shit. We're gonna be in for some really good shit. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you that. So 5 minutes left until I start reading this. This is gonna be some good shit. This is actually gonna be the last one I'll be reading for the night, and then I'm gonna start like I don't know. I'm probably gonna go back onto Discord or probably like binge watch some NBC and shit. I don't know. So yeah, I don't even know what to talk about anymore, other than this whole thing, which is just like me being quiet for the entire thing, bro. I'm like preoccupied with a multitude of things here. But keep in mind, this is not an actual episode of Diamond Reads, but rather an experiment to see how it would be like if I'm reading pastas live on stream. So that's something new to know. Let's go. Oh yeah. Mhm, mhm. All right. Looks like it's time. I'm getting myself ready to read this shit.
All right, so let's see what happens here. Uh, Newly single, a honey pop creepypasta. Yeah, it's a honey pop based creepypasta. All I ask is that you give it a chance. One new message from KevinLR89 at gmail.com. Subject: a brief explanation. Body: Jeff, you are likely baffled and upset by what you have just experienced. But all will become clear, I hope, by the end of this correspondence. First and foremost, I'd like to once again offer condolences on the passing of your wife. This statement may prove to sound counterintuitive after you have read the remainder of this letter, but I truly do empathize and sympathize with you and your loss. That does not negate the other emotions I hold for you in the least. The jealousy, rage, pity, and despair I feel all swirl into a whirlwind of confusion, even after so many months of analyzing and praying over the loss of our mutual friend. It's a good thing that some people still take the time to check the spam folders in their email accounts. Jeff Bauman always checked his, and usually found something interesting that he would have otherwise missed. Today, it was a message from a mutual friend of his and his late wife, Erin, a man named Kevin. Kevin something. Truth be told, Kevin was much closer to Erin than he had been to Jeff, and that was fine. But the two sometimes used to email each other some interesting news stories or games or sometimes videos. This particular message appeared to have been sent several times in the past week or so. Jeff simply thought this message contained some especially funny video or amusing game, and Kevin wanted to make sure it got through. It was a bit strange to get a message from Kevin out of the blue like this. They hadn't really spoken much since the funeral. Honestly, Jeff had always wondered if his wife had a little bit of a crush on Kevin. Jeff never worried about it too much. At 27 and 24 years old, when she died, he and Erin had been married for a few years, and if she had a little crush on another guy, it didn't make him feel too jealous or threatened. The subject of the email, "Hey man, check this out," was vague enough that Jeff had no idea what was in it, only noting that it had several attachments. The email read that the attachments contained a few cracked Steam games and a bootleg copy of the new Avengers movie that wasn't being released for another week or so. The cracked games included titles from the Counter-Strike and Dead Island series, as well as two standalones, Goat Simulator and Honey Pop. Oh, my fuck it. Not being much of a PC gamer, Jeff was only vaguely familiar with Goat Simulator and Honey Pop, and thought of them as simply novelty games. but free is free, so he downloaded and installed all the games. Goat Simulator was pretty self-explanatory, but all he knew about Honey Pop what is that it was some kind of H dating sim, whatever that was. He knew that it was something to do with naked anime chicks, and that was enough to pique his curiosity. So after a quick glance into the life and adventurous goat, he started up the game with the naked chicks, intending to play it for a bit before watching the unreleased Avengers sequel, Forbidden Fruit, as they say. Honey Pop started with a jaunty tune and the image of a harem's worth of busty, Western-looking anime girls. A promising start, although he and Aaron had checked out a few hentai videos early in their marriage, one drunken night. Well, truth be told, only Jeff had been drunk. Aaron had mostly giggled and made fun of the inane plots and ludicrously proportioned women. Jeff played along, too embarrassed to admit that he thought the flick was actually pretty hot. This was the type of game he would likely have hidden from his wife if she was still around, or tried to at least. Jeff played through the first tutorial round, and it became apparent that the main gameplay was going to be based on puzzle matching along the lines of Candy Crush or Bejeweled. Aside from some columns in Dr. Mario and the obligatory Tetris binge in his neighborhood, Jeff had never really played many tile matching puzzlers and didn't know whether he liked them or not. As he continued to play through the quote unquote dates in Honey Pop, it became apparent that he did, in fact, like this style of game. So much so that although he intended to play only for an hour or so until 10 at the latest, then watch the pirated Avengers film, he wound up staying in the world of Honey Pop until just past midnight without realizing how much time had passed. From Kevin LR89 at gmail.com. Subject, a brief explanation. Body, continued. I need not remind you of the relationship of the three of us had. I think you and I know about the other than we ever let on. And Aaron is the common denominator in the equation. If a man doesn't have his pride, his sense of self-worth, if he lies in bed at night contemplating the day and can put a mental check mark next to each task he intended to fulfill, say for one, night after night, what is his quality of life? When one realizes that, quote, good enough, despite one's best intentions, has never actually been good enough, what should be the next course of action? The following day, Jeff could barely keep his mind focused during his therapy session or the court-ordered Alcoholics Anonymous meeting that came after. He was preoccupied with the thought of getting back to his computer and ask and answer more questions with his digital girlfriends. By the time it came to hold hands and recite the Lord's Prayer at the end of the AA meeting, he was ruminating over what drinks to buy each of his eager, sex-deprived lady friends when he met them at the bar. Their favorites were conveniently listed in the Honeybee. What the fuck? The Honeybee? Oh, I get it now. The in-game mobile database of girls, but Jeff thought it would be a good idea to mix things up for them as well. Returning home that afternoon, the plan had been to watch the Avengers Age of Ultron, then play some more Honey Pop. About 30 minutes into the pirated movie, Jeff realized that he hadn't been paying attention and he barely knew what was going on. He decided to finish the flick later after a few dates. Before starting the game up, he shot a quick text message to Kevin, thanking him for the movie and the games, the dating sim in particular. The response, no problem, would go unread until after the Honey Pop session was done for a few hours later. Jeff had formulated a strategy for playing the game. By this time, he had done some Google research and had learned that after a few successful dates with a certain girl, you could take her back to your room for a bonus sex round. That the point was, in fact, to bed each of the available girls as the difficulty of the rounds increased. His master plan was to play until every available girl was at the stage where one or more good date would result in a sex round, and then go through each of the girls one by one in-game night at a time. He had decided to go after the Japanese girl, Eiko, first, then try for the blue-haired girl, gamer girl, Nikki. From Kevin LR89 at gmail.com. Subject, a brief explanation. Body, continued. It may seem odd to you to be spoken about pride. It may seem odd to you to be spoken to about pride from the man who was your late wife's paramour in the final year of her life. I imagine this information comes to you as only a minor shock. I'd be surprised if you didn't at least suspect that Aaron was not being entirely faithful to you, but I bet on some level you were certain. Young married couples rarely last these days. All things considered, you are fairly lucky as far as the cuckolds go. I'm clean and discreet. At heart, I'm a good guy. And despite the fact that we haven't known each other very long, I think you're probably not too bad either. Otherwise, Erin wouldn't have felt it necessary to keep you in her life, but it could have just been guilt. I wonder at this point if you even put any of the pieces together. I'm sure you remember the date. As far as the game is concerned, the name of the month doesn't matter, but it was a Thursday, Thursday the 9th. Did that mean anything to you? For the past year, for the past year, your wife and I have been in what I would call a wonderful, albeit abnormal relationship. It may have started out as a sex thing, but it evolved into so much more. The fact that she had known you for so long and really had only ever dated you had her in a kind of blissful ignorance. I brought her to a state of blissful awareness. She seemed to think that a life of unfulfilled promises from a man who drinks and plays video games every day was what marriage was all about. I didn't steal your love away. You pushed her out and you took her for granted. Whether she ended up leaving you or not, her wavering faith was inevitable. Jesus Christ. I feel personally attacked reading that line. Christ alive, that was fucking brutal because that kind of relates to my situation with my ex. So yeah, that's kind of why I say that. I could go on about how your faults and my strengths, but it really doesn't matter, especially now. Nothing can bring your wife back. I know that you suffered in this. How could you not? But that isn't enough. I'm not talking about justice or revenge or anything that dramatic. I'm talking about evening up a little bit. The night she lost her life, the night that you were driving back from some dipshit party with a BAC of point 21, a night of mutual regret for all involved. Do you remember that I do volunteer work sometimes? That my main job is driving ambulances and emergency response vehicles? You know, I was one of the first responders on the scene. Not that it made any difference. Part of the game involves talking with each of the players' potential mates, asking and answering questions to earn honey. One of the game's form of currency, the other being called money. What the fuck? Like, I honestly want to know what the fuck am I reading anymore? What the actual fuck am I reading? Son of a bitch. Kill me. Fucking kill me. Jesus. Alright. Okay. Well, where was I? Oh yeah. The questions the player may ask range from inane. What's your favorite color? To the keystone of every successful relationship. What cup size are you rocking? The fuck. Remembering answers each girl gives to these questions helps the player earn more honey.
Players are also periodically asked questions by the girls, require them to recall the information given in an earlier conversation, or just look up the answers online, or wishing to hear his or response to a hypothetical or personal question. Things like, "What would you do if you found someone's wallet on the street?" and "How many girls are you seeing right now?" Sometimes Jeff found the question to be found to be. Sometimes Jeff found the questions to be fun, other times annoying, and sometimes just bizarre. From time to time, the game seemed to just glitch on certain questions to ask or answer. The words would display on the screen, but there was no voiceover. This typically happened on what Jeff felt were the stranger questions. At one point, the game's Indian girl, Belly, asked, "Do you ever dream about it?" with no clarification. At another, the cheerleader Tiffany posed the query, "How much do you remember the next day?" These odd inquiries were not common, but still confusing and a bit off putting. They seemed to pop up at random. Jeff was interested to see if correctly answering these questions was some kind of subplot or alternate gameplay mode that only a few people knew of. He hadn't read any about other players encountering weird questions or glitches, but he knew there were some hidden characters, and Easter eggs in the game. It seemed that no one had figured this out yet, and he couldn't tell if he was playing through these segments correctly. He seemed to earn no honey from any of the answers he gave or questions he posed. Eventually, he just began answering them randomly and moving on to the next, not being very adept at time matching puzzle games. It certainly took a while for him to achieve a successful date, and he preferred to stick to one goal at a time, attempting to win a date round with her before going to win another date with another one of the girls, or one of the other girls. He often found himself forgetting to use the power ups he had earned. This made for a slow go of things, but Jeff this made for a slow go of things, but Jeff was glad to stretch out the gameplay for a little bit. For a little bit. At certain points in the gameplay, an unknown new girl would show up in the selection menu, usually in the evening or nighttime. Her picture was always grayed out, but she was not listed as being asleep. Jeff thought this must be one of the unlockable characters in the game, and that he needed to do some kind of action at a certain time or place to get to where he could finally meet her. Whenever this girl would show up in the honeybee, he would attempt to give her certain items to whichever girl he was with, to see if this would unlock a hidden character. This never worked, and after he went to visit another girl or went on a date, the mystery woman would be gone again. In some of the early research Jeffrey did in the game, he had read something about the unlockable girls being a cat girl and some kind of alien woman. He stopped reading so as not to ruin the surprise of finding them or discovering other secrets. The unknown icon didn't look like it had whiskers or cat ears from what he could tell. So he decided that it must be the extraterrestrial or some other girl they hadn't read about. The more dates around you win, the more hearts are displayed on each woman's profile. After a few days of playing, Jeff had gotten all the girls to around 3 hearts out of a possible five. Out of a possible five. Though when a girl has 4 hearts, it is possible to take her to bed after a date at night. The plan was to keep going on daytime dates until everyone had all 5 hearts filled. Playing in this manner made the experience last much longer. In the meantime, Jeff Bauman had started an additional save file in the game to attempt meeting the girls in a different order to see if it resulted in any changes in gameplay. There were no major differences of note, but this also served to extend the time he spent playing. In both save files, he encountered a few of the uncharacteristic questions, some of the same and some a few different. He came across one inquisition from Audrey, the quote unquote mega bitch character that read, "What's the best part?" with 3 choices of answers. No in laws at Christmas, the bed all to myself, and no nagging about booze and dope. This quiz was the one that struck Jeff rather sharply, as they seemed to relate to bachelorhood, which he recently had somewhat thrust upon him.
Oh, fuck. But at least this question appeared to have some relation to the game, as the Audrey character openly uses illegal drugs, and some of the answers mention them. Jeff chose the third option, and the says, the reply came up, "At least you're honest, you son of a bitch." What the fuck? From KevinLR89 at gmail.com. Subject: a brief explanation. Body continued. By the time anyone noticed the tire tracks leading into the woods, it was already after 9 a.m. You were hours into a blackout sleep, and she had long since bled out, already starting to stiffen up. They think you wrapped around that maple tree around 3 or so, leaving plenty of time for your lovely wife to scream at you to wake up. Grope fruitlessly for her cell phone, shout for help into the night, claw for the release on her seatbelt until her nails bent back and snapped away from the quick. I bet you were snoring. She said that you snored like a boar when you were drunk. You got to sleep and dream away in the wee hours of the morning with barely more than a concussion. Erin didn't get that luxury. She was awake and aware until the late stages of hypovolemic shock started. What the fuck? Pinned in the passenger seat with a kinked spinal cord, she got to watch the sun rise while her severed but pinched femoral artery trickled until she was cold and blue. There was something else that never got into the report that you never heard about. She had enough room to move her left arm a little, enough to reach a few things like the still functional car lighter and a few things in the center console. One of these things was one of your quote unquote hidden joints. She once told me that 2 of the 3 times she tried smoking pot a few years ago turned out awful. The other got her pretty relaxed. I guess at one point she decided that you weren't going to wake up and that there wasn't any help coming, so she lit it up and took a few things. We found the roach stuck to her shirt and a congealed stream of blood and vomit. I can only. Dude, I'm reading something, okay? You could have just knocked on the door. Next time, knock on the door, please. Thank you. Uh, we found the roach stuck to her shirt in a congealed stream of blood and vomit. I can only hope that it eased her last moments on the planet. At the last time came when Jeff could begin taking his digital girlfriends on date nights and hopefully getting the bonus sex rounds. As silly as it may have sounded to others, Jeff had, not knowing, actually, no. Jeff had, knowing he had a night off to play the game, picked up a bottle of Shiva's Regal Scotch for the occasion. Before the car accident, it was not uncommon for him to have a few drinks and play some video games. And since the publicity of the wreck and the general knowledge in the community that he had been attending 12-step meetings, he tried to keep his drinking more hidden than ever. He had driven about 40 miles of his way to hit a liquor store where he and his car wouldn't be recognized. The safe file he loaded started him out on a morning, and he set out to chat with some girls before taking the Asian girl Aiko on a date at night. Twice when he was talking to different women before the dating began, he was met with a question screen with no real text on it. Just series of ellipses and the girls making their disappointed faces. He thought he must have done something wrong in playing the game up to that point, but it didn't seem to be affecting the main flow of things. He hoped it didn't affect the dates. In-game evening turned into night, and he met up with Aiko at the bar and lounge stage. He used the money he had accrued to buy his date a few drinks, starting off with some sake, her favorite, and later some wine. As he dragged and dropped the static booze icons over his potential lover's face, prompting such realistic replies as, "That was a pussy drink. Hit me with something stronger." Jeff poured himself a neat scotch and gulped the smooth amber depressant. After a bit of schmoozing, Jeff asked the Japanese college professor out on a date. The puzzle round at Vinny's restaurant went very well, and Jeff got the required score to win using 17 of his 20 allotted moves, resulting in Aiko making the offer to, quote, come over tonight for a private lesson. Jeff would not have refused the offer, even if he had been given the chance to. For a few seconds, between the date round fading out and the appearance of the text indicating the change of location to your bedroom, quote, your bedroom, a corrupted image appeared on the screen and flickered before the bedroom/sex bonus round started. It wasn't there long enough to make sense of it, but it appeared to just be a jumbled up collage of game images. What the fuck? At long last, it was time for Jeff Bauman to be stripped of his digital virginity. The mechanics of the bonus round were slightly different from the normal dates that all tiles match gave the same amount of points, and the total score was constantly decreasing. This made for a race against the clock feel, a mad dash to match as many tiles as quickly as one could achieve the required score. Jeff playing with the mouse was a bit hampered by having to click and drag the tiles where he wanted to place them, where a touchscreen would have been optimal for speed. No matter, he was determined to max out the pleasure meter and win the bonus round. Jeff hadn't realized that as he was scanning the tile grid, trying to plan 2 and 3 moves ahead, he had begun to sweat and was biting his top lip with increasing ferocity. When he crested the halfway mark on the pleasure meter, he barely even noticed that the bra was his inanimate computerized lover was wearing disintegrated, and her shiny high-definition breasts were on full display. His top matching became more frantic as Aiko's moans increased in frequency. Before he could fill the pleasure meter and begin to climax the oversexed professor, his monitor started flicking and glitching. Before he could register what was happening, the screen had gone black. From KevinLR89@gmail.com. Subject, a brief explanation. Body, continued. Not sure if you knew about this, but it also looked like she used a car lighter to try to ignite some papers in the owner's manual. We found a few burned up napkins, and the owner's booklet was singed corners a few feet from the wreck. I guess she was trying to start a fire and raise some smoke to signal anyone in the vicinity. It didn't work. She must have realized that starting a fire could have burned the 3 of you alive. You probably would have slept through it, but she was still awake at that point. Can you imagine the desperation, the loss of hope that would make a person consider that? I try not to think about it too much. Thursday the 9th, evening. Blinking his dry eyes, Jeff unclenched his jaw and leaned back from the blank monitor. As a formality, he poured another tall scotch into his tumbler and swallowed it in a single opening of his throat, taking no time to enjoy the taste of the pricey booze. He hissed the burnout through his teeth, then assessed the situation. Before he was able to start clicking around to test the computer, the game returned to the screen. The date appeared in white text as usual, followed by an image that was familiar but also unique. What Jeff saw was a new girl. He hadn't encountered or seen pictures of her before. She was standing in the park, looking downtrodden. She was built differently than any of the girls in the game. She looked overweight, dumpy even, wearing jeans and a black t-shirt with a Judas Priest logo. Oh, this is where it all goes down. This is where it all goes down. Oh my fucking God. I cannot believe it. This is actually where it all goes down. All right. Like I'm actually reading this shit right now. This is the part where it all goes down. Now we know what Eren looks like. A plain black, yeah. This detail is what struck Jeff. A plain black Judas Priest shirt, pretty much identical to the one that his wife owned. It was at this point that he glanced down to the lower left corner of the screen and saw the icon of the unknown girl he had noticed grayed out while he was playing. She was now in color and had a name, Erin. Oh shit. What the actual fuck? All right. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Son of a bitch. Shock is a word that gets a lot of use in daily conversation, but is the most appropriate word for Jeff's reaction to seeing a Japanese anime interpretation of his dead spouse in an adult puzzle dating simulator. He couldn't find his breath for several seconds, and there was an icy sensation of pins and needles blooming steadily from just under his sternum. He gaped at the unhappy-looking cartoon woman on the screen, noting her bright emerald green eyes, a shade of contact lenses that Erin sometimes wore, her deep violet hair, the color she had dyed it on a New Year's Eve 3 years ago, the color she always said, only half jokingly, that she wanted to have it dyed permanently. The physique that he initially noted as being quote unquote dumpy was in fact a fairly accurate reflection of the way Erin had looked for the last few years of her life. Following a series of surgeries, she put on quite a bit of weight and was never able to lose much of it. He was gazing at, all things concerned, an accurate representation. As accurate a representation of her as he could possibly expect. But why? After finally regaining some of his senses, Jeffrey had another drink, this time foregoing the glass in favor of sloppily kissing the glass rim of the bottle. The cold sensation in his insides began to abate a little, and he started looking at the rest of the game screen. He made note that all the normal game menus were listed, but not all functional. Many of the buttons did nothing when clicked. The heart meter was empty, as were the hunger and intoxication meters. He was able to check Erin's profile, and this buried any doubts he could have hoped to have, or about coincidence or the like. All the information was on the screen. Her name, her married name, his name was there. Her late winter birthday, job at a gift shop, short stature, even the size of her bra was dead on. He couldn't scroll through the rest of the Honeybee in-game app, but he had no need to. Everything he had already seen was enough to send his head spinning. Again, he saw that none of the hearts were filled, and yet one of the only options he seemed to be able to click was the ask on date one, which stated that it would be a night date instead of a first date. The only other thing to do seemed to be talk with her, even though it was listed that no honey points would be awarded for doing so. Against his better judgment, he clicked the light blue button to engage her in HoneyPop's version of conversation from kevinlr89@gmail.com. Subject, a brief explanation. Guinness World Record for the longest F word. Oh my god, yes. Yes. Okay. Body continued. And yes, I did say the three of you. That was not a typo. While you spent the past few months in a haze of booze and pot, Erin told me that you had become, as they say, comfortably numb everywhere. Maybe you didn't find her sexy since she gained weight. Maybe you just lost your libido, but she hadn't lost hers. You may not have noticed, but she told me that she had been waking up in the night and getting sick, that she was weeks late. I got no doubt who the father would have been. The plan was to tell you together, the two of us, and you. It seemed obvious to me, but I guess you guys couldn't see that things were through. Although she told me about your problems in bed, she had also once mentioned that you still had a fondness for more, quote, animated girls. I had a feeling that you would eventually get around to playing Honey Pop. I don't know shit about programming, but my little brother does, and I'm a fair artist. I just wanted to tell you, to show you what I saw and experienced these past few months in a way that might actually make an impact on your slowly pickling brain. In a way, you have a right to know everything. Now you do. Maybe now I can get some closure. As for you, you're on your own. I imagine you have more questions, but I honestly don't care now. I sympathize with you for your loss, but I also never want to see or hear from you again. I hope we can at least grant each other that. With sympathies, Kevin Randall. Kevin Randall. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? His name is actually Kevin fucking Randall. Yeah. So yeah, people do say that I sound a lot like Mama Max and Plague Moth. Well, that's what I'm doing now. Like this story just got darker and darker and darker the more I continue to read it. So why the fuck not? Okay, so yeah. Like Seth, you might have missed quite a lot. I have been reading quite a story here. This is some fucking wild shit. Okay, now where was I? Oh yeah. Here we go. A message popped up in the text window. It read, quote, and I quote, "How long has it been?" with three choices of answers in the usual fashion. One was, quote, 6 months or so. The next, quote, almost a year. And finally, quote, over a year. Swigging another few fingers worth of scotch, he clicked the second option. Immediately another question appeared. Are things easier now? Jeff thought about his answer. His life was definitely a bigger mess than it had ever been, with court orders, fines, and guilt. He chose the answer reading, "No, things have only gotten worse." This prompted a text reading. I sincerely wish that both of us had thought of that beforehand. After that, the main set of options came back up, except that talk with her was no longer a clickable choice. The only other option was to go on a date. There was part of him, a really large and glaring part, that told Jeff to just stop and go to bed, n- not to even think about what was happening until morning. But the slightly greater majority of his brain felt compelled to click the date button. Jeff was experiencing a strange combination of awe and despair. He hated thinking about his wife and what happened to her, replaying everything that he could remember about the night of the accident in a loop that sometimes robbed him of sleep for days on end. There was also a sense that he was now in this. He was already ruminating about his current conundrum, as well as experiencing the familiar undertow of shame that he feared would tear him apart if he ever really sat and thought about it. If he didn't at least see this through to its end, he would have yet another sense of unfinished business to throw on the ever-growing pile. The best he could do for his conscience was to play this out a little longer before analyzing it. He clicked the date button. Thursday, the 9th, at night, your bedroom. The images on screen disassembled. The images on screen disassembled and faded to black as usual. The standard text faded in, announcing the setting was changing back to the bedroom. It disappeared that there would be no formal date around this time. The bedroom appeared and the gameplay grid and girl all slid into view. Erin was standing on the screen, looking sad and disappointed like she was in the previous screen, but this time, in the fashion of the game, she was standing in her underwear, whereas the in-game girls typically had sexy matching undergarments. She was instead simply wearing an unflattering ensemble of a black padded bra and dull blue panties. Oh boy. There was no soundbite from her, as there is in the standard bedroom rounds before gameplay commences. She just stood there for a few seconds before the tiles dropped into the grid. The tiles themselves were not the standard mix of varied colors and shapes, but instead were limited to two varieties: the broken heart tiles, which drop the player's score, and a new round red tile that Jeff didn't recognize. as there were only two options. As there were only two types, it was inevitable that there would occur several three-tile matches without any player input. In fact, Jeff found that if he tried to click in the puzzle grid, nothing happened. The tiles kept matching, disappearing, and being replaced from the top. Despite this, there was no score accumulating. The counter under the tiles grid simply read a static 0/0 the entire time. Simply read a static 0/0 the entire time. As there was really nothing to do, Jeff just watched the tiles match and drop, trying to figure out what the red tile tokens were. They were constantly in motion, so it was hard to get a good look, but they appeared to Jeff to look like smudged crimson eyeballs or little red tone sonogram images. The more he studied them, the more they looked to him like the latter, shifting his gaze right back to the side of the screen. Shifting his gaze back to the right side of the screen, he saw the half-naked girl, his wife, staring back at him, never blinking or speaking like the little girls. Never blinking or speaking like the girls always do in puzzle rounds. Fuck. After almost a minute of watching the tiles fall and match themselves, Aaron's image began to change. Oh boy, this is getting really fucking brutal. I swear. Oh, you were watching the whole time. That's pretty fucking awesome. Damn. All right, let's do this. After almost a minute of watching the tiles fall and match themselves, Aaron's image began to change. It flicked a few times, then was replaced by a distorted version of itself. The new Aaron remained static, her skin now pale and tinted blue. There were dark circles forming under her increasingly glazed over eyes. A small bruise appeared in the corner of her mouth. The tiles continued to fall as this new pale woman stared out from the monitor. Jeff stared, barely comprehending what he was seeing. His head had moved from the computer mouse and was limply covering his slightly open mouth. Almost before he could register what he was saying, the image of his wife began to change again. The skin took on a more pallid hue and became mottled with bruises and a spiderweb of veins. Splotches of purple and gray and sickly green covered her body. Dark streaks soon showed across the forehead, and from the nose of the girl, inky, clotted blood. Two deep gashes were visible, one on her leg and the other on her forearm, oozing rivulets of gold. Fuck. Two deep gashes were visible, one on her leg and another on her forearm, oozing rivulets of gore. The sight was almost more than Jeff could take. He hadn't been awake when the ambulance and police had shown up at the scene of the car accident that had taken Aaron's life, but he was aware that she had lain there dead for several hours when he was passed out. The thought was something that he tried to push from his brain every day, but now it was here staring at him with glassy eyes. He closed his eyes tightly. And a tear ran from between the lids down the crease of his nostril. When he opened his watery eyes again, the towel stopped dropping, and the sound cue for winning a date round played. The word success appeared over the grid as usual, but there was no closing dialogue. From his minimal research on the game, he knew that following the bedroom round and a graphic and lewd picture was meant to appear on screen. What Jeff saw when the screen faded back in, made his insides sink and brought a new wave of choking, dry sobs. The image that materialized was not an anime-style drawing of a naked woman, but instead a dark and corrupted picture of a woman lying face up in a patch of dead grass, dark streaks running from her nose, and a gash on her forehead. Gray veins could be seen creeping up her neck, and her eyes were darkly bruised. This must have been a photograph taken from the scene of the car wreck. This was Erin before she was taken to the morgue, mere hours after her life had ceased. Jeff buried his face in his hands and coughed out low, moaning sobs. Honeypop closed itself in a standard desktop return. There was a new notification from the email app in the tray. One new message from kevinlr89@gmail.com. Subject, a brief explanation. Body, Jeff, You are likely upset. You are likely baffled and upset by what you just experienced, but all will become clear, I hope, by the end of this correspondence. Written by Urkelbot 666. This was hell. That was a this was hell. That was the darkest. That was one of the darkest pastas I've ever had to read in my life. I honestly God cannot believe I just fucking read that. And to think this could have actually been on an episode of Diamond Reads Reloaded. Now that you guys mention it, I am actually considering reading this on a future episode of Diamond Reads Reloaded. So yeah, expect that to be there soon. And Merritt is back. An HBO parody I can make for someone's birthday is HBD. That would make a lot of sense. I agree. Ha! Tonky Wonk. Your voice sounds like Solid Snake or Mama Max and Plague Moth. Though I've never really heard of Mama Max or Plague Moth. I actually gotta listen to that. I actually need to listen to their voices. Like, I don't even know. So yeah, a lot of shit went down in this specific third. Like, I cannot believe I actually hold on. How long has it been? It's been a whole fucking half hour since I read that thing. Like, it's been almost a whole hour since I read that thing. I don't even know where to start. Well, not gonna lie, this story really spoke to me. The same goes to me, and similar to how readers said that there was a Subway. How Jared lost the weight story spoke to him. I have not at all heard about that one, but motherfucker, anything that has anything to do with Jared Fogle, like, like keep him the fuck away from me, okay? Keep him the fuck away from me. But yeah, so I'm gonna ask the. So I'm gonna ask this. I'm gonna ask the question again. There we go. Let's fucking do this shit. Shadow said it wasn't Jerry that spoke to him. It was the subject matter of the story that spoke to him. Ah, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So far, like, I'm getting a lot of positive reception from the way I read this whole thing, and I very much appreciate it. I very, very, very much appreciate it. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna, like, I did say I was gonna end this shit at like 1 a.m., but I'm gonna end it at 1:30 just for the hell of it. I don't fucking know anymore. But yeah. Oh yeah, that. Oh you. Oh you. Oh, so you actually enjoyed the way I read the by creepypasta reading voice. Damn. So newly single is a mix of Doki Doki Literature Club and Honey Pop. My God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was such a relief. I'm so glad I got to finally finish reading that. I like, out of all these years, I've been like, I haven't read it. Why the fuck did I stay away from it all these years? Like, this is some really fucking sick shit. Like, bro, this is giving me dating game vibes. This reminds me of the exact same story that I read on the pilot episode of Diamond Reads Reloaded. The one I did featuring Shadow Blazer. I love Shadow Blazer so much. But yeah,
This is actually giving me the same vibes, except this has a much more darker story. This is like some really, really fucked up shit. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to talk about other than this. We went over quite a lot, and I think this might be one of my longest streams on the channel. My longest stream talking about doing creepypasta narrations live and troll pastas and shit. So I think that was probably the main event. Like I could actually consider that the main event of tonight's broadcast. So yeah, it's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother fucking thing. Dating Game did the subject matter horribly, but Newly Single did the subject matter beautifully. Yeah, honestly, I am actually considering reading it like this. And honestly, from now on, whenever I'm doing an episode of Diamond Reads Reloaded, if I'm covering a really dark topic, I'm going to start making my voice sound like this during every episode because that's kind of what the aesthetic I want to give the series. I want to take the series to a whole new fucking direction. And the whole new direction I want to take the series into, I want to make it sound as creepy and scary as possible. That's kind of the direction I really want to go into whenever I'm producing episodes of Diamond Reads Reloaded. So yeah, I don't even fucking know anymore. Like Mudahar said on his OG review of Newly Single, don't judge a book by its cover. Yep. Yep. So that is quite a lot that I had to read today. Like, I was not expecting to read this much, but this ultimately did me a favor. This whole thing did me a major fucking favor. Ow! Fuck. Ah, shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got 8 minutes left until I'm ending the broadcast because this has been one hell of a fun ride, honestly. We're going up and down for this fucking shit. We are going to be here all night. What the fuck is wrong with you? Well, that didn't work. But yeah, this was actually pretty fun to do. I cannot wait for the next time I do this. The next time I do this is gonna get a lot better. It's really, really gonna keep getting better
until time when like as time progresses, it's just gonna keep getting better. Like holy shit, holy fucking shit. The fact that people actually enjoy this shit I put out at my own expense, and I'm like, my god, like I like to torture myself for people's entertainment pleasure. It's really fucking fun. It's really fun. Oh, ow, my balls. Uh, Bitch got fucking added. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my fucking god, bro. Oh my fucking god. Who the fuck even is this kid? Nope, you're blocked. Get the fuck off my fucking page. You are a fucking faggot. Let's go. Every single day, it's something. It's a dick in my face. All fucking night. All fucking night. No, nigga. No, 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 no. You can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can kiss my ass. Nigga, 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 nigga. Oh shit. Another one. Another one was fucking crawling all over me. Get the fuck out.
Hey, have a good night. Thanks for showing up. I'm about to end the broadcast in 2 minutes. So if you guys have any parting words, say them now. Because I'm about to end this broadcast. Get a good night's rest. Probably binge watch some Law and Order on NBC and do some other shit. I don't fucking know. Ow, my back hurts. Ah, Jesus Christ. Oh boy. This is my fault for fucking doing this shit, you know? Like every single fucking time. Well, damn. This is where I'm gonna be. Oh yeah. Oh, it's 1:30. So this is where I'm gonna be getting off. All right. So I don't know what else to do. So I'm just gonna do this. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Oh, yeah, that is the end of the broadcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed this broadcast, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because I post new content almost every single day. I will see you guys next time. I had a lot of fun being here. And, so, yeah, I will see you guys next time. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Stay blessed. And, of course, stay sexy. Peace.